Yo, 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 citizens of the Shaft. I am Naked Zombo, and we are still hyped as hell over the 258 update and all the goodies it has brought us. 258 brings us 5 new dinos with a few extra items and what we've all been waiting for, optimizations! So hopefully a lot of you can actually play ARK over 15 frames per second. Now before we start talking about giant poisonous lizards, I want to tell you guys about App Bounty. You may have heard of them. They're a mobile application that you can use to grab a hold of unlimited and free gift cards ranging from Steam, PlayStation Network, Xbox, Amazon, and a lot more. Go to appbounty.net, download the application, start it, you'll be asked for an invite code, or you can navigate to account if you're on Android. By using the code ThickFreedom with a capital T and a capital F, you'll receive some bonus points to start out with, courtesy of the Shaft itself. You can also use the links in the description box for quick access. An easy way to earn some precious credits is to simply play a game of solitaire or any game they have available on the app. You'll be rewarded just for the fact that you're playing the game, and it'll give you significantly better earnings. App Bounty can be used from many countries with multiple different rewards. Just pick your country, entice yourself by looking at all the different rewards and gift cards, and start raking in them credits. Click the link in the description to download the app. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Megalania, a vicious lizard found in the depths of the artifact caves across the island. This is the 3rd video we've done on this guy, so let's do a quick recap on what this creature is, courtesy of our local paleontologist. Megalania was the largest species of terrestrial lizard ever discovered, hailing from Australia during the Pleistocene epoch. Megalania on average was close to about 18 feet in length, but estimates of 23-foot individuals are also very possible. Megalania scoured the Australian outback for prey animals such as kangaroos, birds, and various other marsupials that lived during this time. Megalania was most likely venomous, like its living relative, the Komodo dragon, a discovery made within the last decade. And yes, once again, Komodo dragons use venom to kill their prey. The septic bite theory was completely disproven. So how does ARK species compare? Well, nothing changed appearance-wise from the dev kit, and I'm still a bit disappointed about how the head turned out, but there's nothing that can be done at this point. At least it's not as bad as some of the other animals in this game. Oh, the plesiosaur. Its animations are very nice, and it's really cool to have this one as a mount, although I think a lizard that weighs nearly a half a ton would have a bit of trouble climbing up walls and ceilings. Overall, it's a nice addition to the game. Alright, so how do we get one of these vicious varanids? Well, you can find one in the places that no brave soul ever wants to go alone, and that's the artifact caves. You can find the Megalania hanging out with all the other disgusting insects down in there. To tame them, they're the simple trank and feed method. Bring a good crossbow with trank arrows or a long neck with some darts, as well as a stack of narcotics. Make sure you eliminate all these spiders, scorpions, and other nasty things before you attempt to tame this giant lizard. But don't get too close to the Megalania. If it bites you, you will contract lizard AIDS and it will kill you and all your friends around you. The lizard AIDS will reduce your health and stamina over time. The Megalania can climb on walls and is very good at it. Unlike the Thylacoleo, which can only travel up and down a surface, the Megalania can traverse any direction on a surface. It can even climb ceilings. Now that is revolutionary. So when you're trying to tame yourself a wild Megalania, you may want to build a box trap in the cave. And make sure you cap it off with a ceiling, because the Megalania might try and climb out. Try using bear traps also to slow it down. They are very effective. Once you've knocked it out, fill it up with prime meat, mutton, mejoberries, or fiber, or its preferred taming food, baryonyx kibble. Now that you've tamed yourself a giant lizard friend, go ahead and grab a saddle for it. The saddle unlocks at level 50 and needs to be crafted in a smithy. The Megalania is a somewhat decent mount. It's got a decent amount of health and stamina, but its melee damage is lacking to compensate for the lizard aids it can inflict on players. You can also use melee or long-range weapons while riding it. Pressing the spacebar while riding the Megalania activates its all-terrain mode, which allows it to climb up just about any surface, as well as ceilings. This is incredibly useful for getting onto tree platforms. So is this mount any good? Well, it has its purposes. The Megalania can be used to defend choke points against approaching enemy players. Infecting a player with lizard AIDS will kill anyone in close proximity to the infected player, so don't get AIDS. That's all I have for you on the Megalania. Tell us what you guys think about the AIDS-infected giant lizard in the comments below. Don't forget to pound that frickin' like button, subscribe, and become a loyal citizen of the shaft, and also join our RP server. A lot of nasty stuff goes on in there. I am Naked Zombo, and I will see you in the next video.